找鸡毛媳妇儿啊，处鸡毛对象啊。
Brothers, why do men look for a wife? Why do men chase after women? Are you so rich that you have no place to waste your money? Do you want to be a big fool? Does your family need another ancestor? Don't think that just because you're married and got a marriage certificate, she's your wife now. If you can't make money, won't your wife just divorce you? Why not keep the money for yourself and save for your own retirement? Isn't that better? Brothers, men should eat well, drink well, and save money for their own retirement. This is the smartest choice.
所谓的这个舔狗经济崩盘了。
Valentine's Day as a simp, crying on the way out. This year's Valentine's Day is a bit different from the past, especially for those simp guys who used to work hard to please their girlfriends on this day. Have you noticed that the atmosphere of Valentine's Day has changed this year? In the past, you'd casually see people everywhere telling you what gifts to buy for your girlfriend, what surprises to give her, and even businesses would repeatedly remind you, Valentine's Day is here, hurry up and buy a gift for her. But this year, the trend is clearly different. You can see many men online saying, if I have money, I'll spend it on myself, why should I buy things for others? Isn't it more fun to spend money on myself? Some netizens are even more direct, joking, if I buy a 50 yuan cigarette, people will think it's a good cigarette. But if I buy a 50 yuan gift for a girl, I wouldn't even be worthy of being a dog. Others are even more blunt, saying, if I give a 5,000 yuan gift, people will laugh at me and call me a simp, but if I spend that 5,000 yuan treating my brothers to food and drinks, they might call me Big Brother Da. All of this directly expresses one fact. Valentine's Day is no longer a holiday for men to please women, and more men are realizing that spending money on themselves is more practical than anything else. Now, it seems that society's attitude toward holiday spending is changing, especially with one point being different from the past. Valentine's Day, like many other holidays, used to be a time when businesses constantly pushed men to buy gifts for women, and women's consumer demands once dominated. Especially on these holidays, women were always regarded as the main consumers, and their economic dominance forced men to pay for them. However, a recent survey by an organization shows that men's purchasing power is also rapidly increasing. Especially in online shopping, men's spending is no longer limited to low-priced items, and the proportion of men spending over 1,000 yuan online has clearly risen, almost reaching 70%. What's even more remarkable is that men are showing an unprecedented increase in spending in areas that were originally considered women's strongholds, such as fashion and clothing, even surpassing women's growth rate. Not to mention, in major purchases like cars, computers, and phones, men's spending has been rising year by year. In the past, people would often joke about the order of family spending, roughly, women, children, dogs, men. But now, this humorous saying seems no longer applicable. In fact, many men today are no longer last in line for family spending. They have begun to spend money on themselves, pursuing the lifestyle they want and breaking free from the role of solely consuming for others. So, I wish you all a happy Valentine's Day and hope your love lasts long and strong.
今年的情人节真的是异常的安静啊。
This year, the atmosphere around Valentine's Day is unusually quiet, completely different from previous years. In the past, as Valentine's Day approached, various promotional activities would begin several weeks in advance. Advertisements from businesses would bombard us constantly, with scenes like, best gift for your girlfriend this Valentine's Day. Everywhere. And it seemed like everyone was actively pushing consumption. But this year, the atmosphere around Valentine's Day is completely calm, with almost no buzz. To be honest, I think these businesses and capitalists deserve it. Looking back, they've been pursuing short-term gains, focusing on immediate effects. Every year as Valentine's Day approaches, businesses rally public opinion, pushing men to the forefront of the gift-giving frenzy, making every holiday almost about buying gifts, as if failing to buy gifts is a crime against your girlfriend. Especially for men, who are forced to endure this holiday shopping pressure, there's almost no holiday where men aren't expected to buy gifts for women. Seemingly harmless consumer guidance is actually a form of moral coercion. However, the real issue lies not in the financial burden caused by gift-giving, but in the double standards of capital. Have you noticed that businesses are always eager to encourage men to buy gifts for women, but how many businesses dare to promote women buying gifts for men? This one-way giving model is clearly unhealthy. A truly healthy relationship should involve mutual effort and shared contribution. Only in this way can the relationship economy achieve sustainable development. However, capital continuously pushes for one-sided contributions, which is a typical example of the simp economy. This economic model is all about exploiting men for short-term gains, completely ignoring the possibility of long-term development. Behind this phenomenon is the short-sightedness of capitalists, who are only interested in draining men's wallets, even treating them like leeks to be harvested. Now, with the economy declining and people facing increased pressure in life, men are waking up. They no longer want to be brainless suckers, unwilling to blindly spend money buying gifts for women. In contrast, men are more willing to spend their money on themselves, like purchasing a high-performance 4090 graphics card. The visuals when playing 4K games are so beautiful they can be intoxicating, much more pleasant to the eyes than some women's moods. Spending your own money on yourself makes life much better and more comfortable. The impact of the old, one-sided simp economy on men goes beyond their reluctance to buy gifts for women. More seriously, men have accumulated a lot of resentment, and this resentment has subtly intensified the gender divide. Everyone is busy accusing and complaining about each other, which has led to fewer and fewer people getting into relationships. Don't even mention the simp economy anymore. Normal couple-related consumption has also been severely impacted. Now, the market related to couples has collapsed entirely. In the past, couples' relationships drove the shopping festivals, but now, not only have capitalists lost their market, they've also made men and women more divided.
昨天有个男士问我啊，说凭什么娶老婆要男人花钱？
A man asked me a question yesterday. He said, "Why does the man have to spend money when he gets married? Why does the man have to give his earnings to his wife?" I gave him a simple answer. Why? Of course, it's because you're a man, because you're a male animal. If you really don't understand, just look at the birds around you, and you'll get it. Let me tell you what it means to be male. The basic traits of male animals are strength, responsibility, protection, taking initiative, and bearing weight. As a male animal, if you don't even possess these basic attributes, then how can you conquer a female? As a male intelligent creature, if you're unwilling to shoulder even the most basic responsibilities, then you don't deserve to talk about marriage. You should first understand the basic qualities a male creature should have, and only then should you discuss these issues. In other words, as a man, you should first establish that image of being strong and upright, and then talk about everything else. Ultimately, this question really doesn't have any reasonable argument. It's innate, it's a natural attribute, it's inherent in our nature. This rule exists universally in the animal kingdom. Take a look, a male lion hunts for his wife and children. A male tiger not only provides food for his family, but also stays by their side, guarding them day and night. A male peacock dances and spreads its tail to attract a female peacock, all to win her favor. Some male birds will take over egg incubation from the female and even go out to hunt food for the female. A rooster will find food but won't eat it himself. Instead, he calls the hens over to share the food. These examples are everywhere. If you truly want to know why things are like this, I can only tell you that you can ask the Creator or ask Heaven. I have no answer because that's how the Creator arranged things. If you still insist on asking and getting caught up in these questions, then I can only tell you that you are not fit to be a male. I want to emphasize that even the smallest birds know that in life, nothing comes for free. Yet, as an intelligent being, you are still nitpicking over this issue, which is truly unbelievable to me. Perhaps some of us, our peers, should reflect on where things went wrong in this regard.
常的冷淡，舔狗经济呢面临崩盘。
This year's Valentine's Day atmosphere is completely different from previous years. There is a clear trend of indifference, and we can even say that the simp economy is facing a collapse. Although our restaurant reservations are fully booked, most of the bookings are for birthdays and anniversaries, not for Valentine's Day itself. In the past, as Valentine's Day approached, florists, party planners, and other businesses in our friend circles would be constantly promoting Valentine's Day-related products and services. Their advertising copy would always focus on how to please women, how to surprise them, and how to make them happy. However, this year things are quieter, and we hardly see the usual fervent promotions. I've noticed that many young people, especially men, are no longer interested in Valentine's Day. Many men have already begun to wake up. They feel that no matter how much they spend on women, it doesn't necessarily lead to true affection. In fact, it may even hurt them and cost them more. So they have started changing their mindset, deciding it's better to spend that money on pleasing themselves and doing things they enjoy. This shift has led to a significant rise in sales in industries like esports and trendy toys, which, in a way, is a good thing. From a young age, we men have been taught that it's our responsibility and duty to actively spend money on women. As a result, this mentality has weighed heavily on men. Meanwhile, some businesses have been relentlessly instilling the wrong ideas in women, such as the belief that if a man doesn't spend money on you, it means he doesn't love you. This has led many women to have a distorted understanding of love and relationships. A few days ago, I saw an advertisement from a brand for a Valentine's Day gift box. Beneath it, there was a highly praised comment from a man. He said, "If my girlfriend is willing to buy me a BMW, I will buy her 10 sets of this gift box." I don't think these businesses ever anticipated that, after years of marketing, the simp economy would suddenly collapse.
不要当舔狗，自己感动自己，差不多就行了。
Don't be a simp, don't end up just moving yourself. That's pretty much all you need to know. As someone with experience, today I want to warn those guys who might still be stuck in the simp mindset. These words might be harsh, but I'm really trying to help you grow. First of all, any man with even a little bit of charm can never be a simp in a relationship between a man and a woman, because the conditions simply do not allow you to be in such a submissive position. Do you know what? Women subconsciously tend to like those who make them look up to them. Even if the guy is not particularly outstanding in every aspect, as long as he can evoke enough admiration, many women will treat him as an unattainable figure. Beautiful women are indeed liked by everyone, and they're not short of admirers. But as a simp among them, you're just the most annoying one of all the troublesome simps. Even those seemingly unattainable beauties also have people they can't win over, and in their eyes, in front of certain outstanding men, they too feel humble. In conclusion, begging others or humbling yourself to please them will never bring you any benefit. What you should really do is remain calm and treat people with grace. Don't spend your days sending a woman messages like, "Did you eat? What are you doing? What time are you going to work? What time are you getting off? Are you feeling bad today? Why don't you reply to my messages? Are you free tomorrow? Let me take you to dinner." These phrases are boring and repetitive. Women won't be interested in them. A man who is focused on self-improvement and has aspirations will never be desperate and clingy toward a woman. If you keep pestering a woman, it will make you seem like you have a strong agenda. Most of the time, such behavior is ineffective. Your concern won't make her think you're a considerate, warm guy. Instead, it will make her feel like you're annoying and only trying to please her. Only those who are seriously lacking in love might take the bait. So, what men should really do is stand up, change, and improve themselves. Don't be the kind of simp that others look down on and you also dislike. Of course, this doesn't mean you should go to the other extreme and become someone who despises women. That's also extreme, and none of these behaviors are what a truly charming man should do.
In recent years, more and more men have started to wake up, and the simp economy has come to an end. In the past, on Valentine's Day, hotel lobbies were often bustling with people, full of life. However, this year's Valentine's Day was as quiet as Mount Tai. If your girlfriend gave you a pack of 100 yuan cigarettes, you might still show it off in front of your friends. But if you were to give her a 100 yuan gift, she would back away immediately. Clearly, that gesture isn't enough to impress her. Men have gradually realized that spending 100 yuan to make themselves happy is perfectly fine. But spending that same amount on a gift for a girl will only result in her dissatisfaction and disdain. In reality, if you don't have a girlfriend, you could never spend all your money. You've already bought the car you like, and you already own everything you want. Many men spend 2,000 to 3,000 yuan on a meal for a girl on Valentine's Day, and the girl will post a photo on her social media. But in her post, it's either a staged photo or a picture of the food, and there's no photo of her boyfriend at all. What's worse is that on Valentine's Day, when men chat with their girlfriends, the first thing she says is that she's hungry. Then, as the conversation goes on, she mentions that her perfume ran out. Then she talks about how her phone is broken. Next, it's that she's out of cosmetics.
and then she says her birthday is coming up. Finally, she complains that her credit card limit has been maxed out. It feels as though every time they talk, her house is completely empty. Faced with all this, men naturally feel exhausted, and they've gradually woken up, understanding one important truth. The wise do not easily fall into love, while fools get deeply trapped in it. The smart ones eventually choose to spend money on themselves and enjoy personal growth. How did you spend your Valentine's Day? Feel free to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments. Let's discuss it together. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to our channel. Your support means a lot to us, and we will continue to bring you better shows. Thanks again for watching, and see you next time.